Good afternoon. I hope you are well. Yes, I'm still here. I hope you're well. What's the time? 1 o'clock is what we're looking at, and we are looking at Stamp Addicts. Yes, indeed. Beautiful flower stamps. Now, I've got background stamps that can be made feature stamps. I've got beautiful hummingbirds that's in there as well. You can do so much with, and I'm not alone. I look forward to these shows, and you know why. Because I don't get into trouble, because Sarah does it all for me. Here she is down the end of the counter. How are you, love?
I'm good, how are you?
Look at this, twice in 2 weeks.
I know.
I see you more than I see my own mother at the moment.
I won't ask if that's a good thing.
I really, I do. I see you more. You might have to adopt me. First, this is a...
Are you trying to say I'm really old?
You calling my mother old? Don't start this now already. You bought this under yourself. All brand new?
Yes.
Everything is brand new. With all a theme that all works together as well, don't they? These are
yes.
This is a collection that everything works. If you went for, if your budget would go for all of them, and they're amazing prices, they would work as one big collaboration.
Yes, yeah, fabulous flowers. We've just called the whole collection.
Just
Like them all. Fabulous flowers.
Fabulous flowers, that will do, send it. But we are talking fabulous flowers, and first of all, we are talking this as a fabulous flower. It is a repeating pattern. I'm guessing it could be repeated if you wanted it to be.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
But they're not completely square. They're not all...
I'll show you the stamp.
Yeah. It's designed by JudiKins, our American friends. And so we're making it cling mounted, as opposed to on wood, which is the only other way you can buy it in America. And yes, you can repeat it. And it's hard to explain because you've got the relief as well as the image.
Oh.
So it's, yeah.
Oh, so you've got the positive and negative.
Yes.
It makes sense. Let me show you that, because you've got the positive, which is like a proper stamp, as it were, and then you've got sort of the filled-in stamp.
Yes.
That's on there. So you've got sort of both of them that's on there together. So if you only want, maybe you want a small square, but this is what I like about them. If you only want a smaller square, you just stamp out 4 of them. Or maybe you go for a larger stamp, so maybe this is your focal point in the middle. And because it's squares, once again, the hard work's been done for you. All you have to do is just pick how you want it. I can see about 4, 5, 6 different card fronts in there already by just pilling out those tiny little squares.
That's it, yeah. Highlighting them, doing them different colours, creating different mosaics. You've
got things like your smaller cards. That you've got in there as well, which is absolutely beautiful.
Is that one got something in the centre, or is it on one of the other ones?
No, just a normal card.
That one.
That one's got things in the centres of all the flowers.
Yes. With glass beads, because the diamond glaze stays raised. It doesn't flatten out. It just stays where you put it. So when you pour on your glass beads or your glitter, it will remain raised up.
Look at these, and once again, just coming out, this is nice as well. Look at that, just framed up. It looks absolutely, and you can't really get it the wrong way.
No, you can't.
You can't really go wrong with any of these.
So when you stick it down, you think, oh, it's upside down. No, it's not.
It doesn't matter, as long as your card is the right way round, you are good to go. £11.99 is what we're looking at, brand new today. This one is 641915 is your item number for this one, worth having a little look at. Up next, here we go. This is the hummingbird and the harebell that we're talking about now as well. I've got it. I have to do the action as well, otherwise I will forget it. This is your hummingbird and harebell that we've got here. Once again, a beautiful image that, in theory, it's quite a small stamp, but you can really make this super large if you wanted to.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know how big harebells grow, but yeah, lots of layers. Vicky drew these. Oh. And yeah, so you can see the detail and the movement in the hummingbird.
You can. It looks like a proper sketch as well. And when it's stamped out, you've got that proper sketch look. And this just lends itself, if you're not that very good at colouring, or you're just starting off on your colouring journey, this it's a technique that we did last time. And it always reminds me of just pulling out the colour from the hummingbird, doing it in one colour. Think cards like this, doing it in one colour and just pulling the colour out itself. So it's all monotone, but it works. It so works. But
also,
then
you notice the mod garden at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
I've just seen that.
Look at that.
One of the design team, that's Debbie's, I think.
So it's well worth having a look at the other stamps. I like this as well, because this is not even using the hummingbird. So this is another use on the same card that you've already got. Worth having a little look. Same again for this one. Once again, another one from our Debs. Beautiful. Using them as to make a circle. if you wanted to, that you've got there. With the hummingbird in the centre, pulling out, spotlighting certain elements that you've got on the cards, or small notelets as well. And for $10.99, it's worth having a little look. $10.99, you really can't go wrong with this. Your item number is at the top of the screen. 235870 is your item number, and at £10.99, the hummingbird and harebell that you've got there as well. I'm going to do that all show because that's the only way I'm going to remember it. Then, these next two, we're not meant to have favourites, but these next two are my favourites because the colouring possibility and the decoupage that you've got in these is unreal. The detail in this stamp is absolutely phenomenal. $10.99 for a bouquet of flowers is what you're getting, because I reckon you could take this image and then, even if you're not very good at drawing, draw around a cup. Half a cup just to put it in a bowl. Just to sit it in that little bowl would work phenomenally well. Yeah, yeah. There's so much detail in there as well. And you only start to really see it when you start colouring it in. All the little flowers and all the shading. It is beautiful. But once again, you've got the detail in there, but it's so easy to cut out. Yes. Yeah, or mask. Or mask up, or do mask layer up. Because that's the worst thing in it. Like, you get a beautiful stamp and you want to go in with more, because you could do a whole field with these, mask all this up and do another one next door and then another one on the other side to do a really long card if you wanted to. But I've got stamps at home and you look at them and you go, oh, I'm going to try that. I've never tried masking up before, but I want to do foreground and background. You look at it, you go, now I'll leave it, because there's so much detail in there and there's so much little, you have to get little nail scissors to cut in out. With this, you could go round with your normal scissors, because it's so easy to do with your mask. You go from that, look at that. Oh my word. It's a glitter sheet over, it's a kind of a clear glitter, sticky glitter sheet over the top of the image. It is beautiful. And then, sort of going dated that's on there, sort of your sepia. But see now that looks like sort of Victorian. That sort of era that you've gone from your glitz and your glam to this. Timeless. It is. And flowers always are timeless. Once again, look, gone in with the woods. That is beautiful. So that's all your distress, you know, colouring and sponging and things, and then pulling out colour. They are. You can see why they're my favourites. I want to get to these decoupage ones. Look at that for decoupage. That is... an easel card. That is, first of all, an easel card. Second of all, look at the detail. You could go again with that quite easily. Quite easily, you could build that up. And last but not least, let's show them all, because otherwise I get told off. She loves a glitter, doesn't she? Loves a glitter. Lovely cards. It's a lovely background stamp as well. Imagine doing that as a watermark. So doing it as a watermark all in the background on craft card. Massive fan of craft card at the moment. Doing it on craft card and then just having that silhouette image in the middle just in black would work really, really well. You could also do it in black and then gift a pack of pencils or something like that for them to colour it in themselves. Yeah, definitely. Would work really well. £10.99 is what you're looking at. 770017 is your item number. We're getting busy for that. I knew we would be. And this next one is another one that I really, really adore. This is spring flowers. You've got your tulips in there. But I can see this, and if you've got the time and patience, I think it would really work for wrapping paper. Oh. Because it's a large stamp. Let me show you the size of the stamp that you're getting. That's what it looks like. You cut it out yourself. No, obviously that's what you're getting just there. But if you have got the time to to stamp it out on brown paper, then you could just colour like one tulip on each one, or it would really, really work. Did I see a sample with just one tulip colour in, or am I thinking about the last show? I think I'm thinking about the last show. But it would work. You just colour one of those flowers in a background. That's going to be your silhouette. That is going to be your spotlight. Well, the one they just showed on the screen is on craft card, but the tulip, that one, the tulip at the bottom is actually layered on top, which is on cream card. So that one stands out just a little bit. It really makes it pop. There are so many designs that you can do. This is why I adore this. Once again, flowers are timeless. They never go out of date. They never go out of fashion. They really, really don't. And there's so many things. Remember, all the samples that you're seeing are from the same stamp. And so far, I've not seen one that looks the same. No. Which is always a testament to a good stamp that you're looking at there. Look at that, just pulling out the colour in that sepia photo that you've got once again. Just using reds and pinks, really going to town with the decoupage that we've got there. So you're really building up all of these layers that you can see that brings it all together. Just using reds and your heat gun.
White embossing.
It's beautiful. Imagine that in black embossing powder. Just on craft card, you're going to get that beautiful, beautiful image. Worth having a little look. £14.99. 0248. I'll start that again. 024086 is your item number for £14.99. Then, now, I don't think I've seen these, but I've never actually seen them in real life, as it were.
I've never let you touch them before.
You've never let me touch them. You're getting your anti-static bag, which is always handy to have. Everyone needs an anti-static bag. Now I've got a heat gun. Oh, yeah, I've got a heat gun now. I need one of these in my life. I've got to get embossing powders yet. I'm not that far ahead, but I've got the heat gun. It's lovely and warm as well. So you've got your anti-static bag. Then you've got this tray. Now I know what you're thinking, because I thought the same thing. What on earth am I going to do with, why do I need a plastic tray in my life? This, game changer, because it's a handy storage unit, is what it is. Can we see, are you going to put this together live? Can we go?
Yes.
Let's go,
yes.
Let's do it.
I've got my one here.
We're going live, we're coming live to you now to watch you snap the snaps.
Okay, so when you first get your tray, it's flat, apart from we fold in the two little bits that fits in the envelope. So what you want to do is, along all the creases, fold it in both directions.
Oh.
So then when you unfold it, it folds flat.
Good idea.
So you do that all the way around, both directions, and then they just snap together. It's very simple. Snap them. Does exactly what it says on the label. And then you've got the little spout. So then you can use it with your embossing powders, your beads, anything that's going to run away, roll away.
Oh, so if we're using like our micro beads and stuff like that, we use it over the top of that.
Yeah, I use it in that and then use the spout to pour it back in.
Oh, so in theory, this is like the A4 paper that we do our embossing powder on.
Yes. And
say folding our A4, then we're just wasting embossing powder. We never use that paper again, do we? Because then you just put it to one side.
Yeah.
So now you're going to keep all your cards, you're going to keep all your paper safe so you can use it time and time again. You do everything in your tray, and I'm guessing because it's plastic, you can sort of give it a little wash with a paintbrush.
You can throw it in the sink and wash it.
Wow.
And we're doing it with the anti-static bag, because if you're embossing, we recommend you use the anti-static bag, but also you can just tap the anti-static bag in here, especially if you're using glitter powders. Glitter or glitter embossing powders, glitter tends to be very static. So we just give it a quick anti-static first.
Oh, we anti-static the plastic?
As well as the card.
Game changer, £10.99. Never seen it before. Get both. You get both. You do get both. For £10.99, you're getting both of them. You're getting both of them. 996219 is your item number. Well worth having a little look. Jump to the website. It's the quickest and the easiest place to go. You can see everything that's on there. You see all the brand new stamps on there. Now we've got the twinchies. We've got the inchies on there. We've got birthday stamps. We've got diamond glaze with 3 extra nozzles and nibs in there. You've got black and white and embossing powder with a tiny tray. You all need a tiny tray.
3.
You get 3 tiny trays?
Yeah, 3 tiny trays.
3 tiny trays, 2 embossing powders. You've got 1 for black, 1 for white, and 1 for spare. I like it. Then you've got your Eclipse art masking tape as well. Well worth having a little look at that Eclipse. That is your perfect masking tape in a larger roll that works through everything. Right then, shall we go over to demonstration? Let's do it. What are we up to first?
What? I thought I'd show you the tiny trays first.
Oh, the tiny
trays. So yeah, they come in a strip of 3, and you just pull them apart, separate them. And same with the snappy tray, fold it in both directions.
Yep.
Now this one doesn't snap, but it's got little hooky bits. So you just hook it together, and then it has the spout. But as you can see, they stack together. So they don't take up much space.
Have they still got the spout on?
They've still got the spout on,
oh,
yeah.
I love a tray with a spout
But
now.
what I love is when I do 3-colour embossing, I have you never done 3-colour embossing? Are you just
I've only just got a gun, don't push your luck.
So you can have a different colour powder in each tray, and it doesn't take up too much space.
Save emptying one, giving it an anti-static again,
yeah.
then it all gets cross-contaminated.
Well, because we like to do on solid designs 3 different colours on the same design. So you just pour one, move along, pour the next one, and then you pour the 3rd one.
I like it. I like it. Sprouts, carrots, Broad beans.
Anyway, twinches. I've got a sheet of twinches, so I thought I'd show you how I cut it down to use it, because I want to use a big section for the big stamp. So I'm just going to cut through, because they've got little tiny tags holding them together. Just chop that. But I want to keep the border on to put in my platform.
Okay.
I got the word today.
No, it's all right. I'm with you all the way. I didn't know what you were getting at, like, but I was with you.
You're with me now?
I'm with you now.
Okay. But what, because I want them to stay together, I've already put some double-sided tape on the back to hold them together, just to make it easier. Right, so I'm going to pop it inside my platform and then use my magnets to just hold it in place, and then position.
So which stamp is this?
This is the big spring flowers. The spring flower background.
Oh, okay, like with the tulips in and all that one.
Yes, tulips and pansies.
I like this one. Will there be more of these bigger backgrounds coming?
This is one of Teri's. So we already have quite a few on the website.
Oh, okay.
We have poppies and
so check out the website. If you like the collection, check out the website, because there are more of these backgrounds on there.
Do you know, I've forgotten to do something.
What did you forget to do?
I forgot to colour my card. It's quite important.
Oh. She
So we'll take it
gets
back
all
out and
giddy
we'll do
when
that.
she's working with me. All
Yes,
giddy, like weak at the knees.
That's what it is.
It is.
So I'm using peacock.
Pop.
Peacock feathers, distress oxide. So I'm just going to go straight on, because it's quite a sealed surface. It's not shiny, but it's
So does the ink sit on the surface with these twinches?
It does, yeah. It doesn't really soak in. It just sits on the top. So it's easy to move around.
Okay.
It's easy to leave fingerprints as well. So we're just going to give it a quick all over. So I went with a very strong colour, so you can easily see the end result.
So if you want your twitches, the details are on the screen. You get 4 sheets. That's 96 small cards is what you're looking at with this one. These will be something different to do your spotlights on as well. If you don't want your circles, but you want to use one of the squares, this would be perfect to do it. £11.99 is what you're looking at. We've also got a bundle where you get 2 twinchy sheets, 2 inchy sheets on there as well. I love the names. The inches are just slightly smaller, the twinches are slightly smaller, and then you get the inches as well. You get 240 pop-out cardboard squares. Well, I never. £11.99, 569495 is your item number. Right, she's inked up, she's all blue.
I'm all blue, right. So I'm going with my black VersaFine Clair, because I like this one. It's a nice wet ink, and it's also really good for all the detail. So luckily the counter's a lot lower than it was when I started.
Where when you walked in, you nearly had to limbo underneath it.
I did. You weren't looking.
I was on the other side of the studio. She nearly mounted it. She took a running jump.
No, there's no way I would have got that high.
Well.
Okay, I think
that's nice.
It's all there. Yep. That was good. So we're going to give that a quick blast. Now, because it's a kind of a sealed surface, it can take a while to dry. So normally I would heat this for a lot longer than I'm going to now.
So would you say force dry it, or would you just say let it dry naturally and start something else?
Well, either.
Either or.
If it was near the end of the day, I would do this and leave it and then come back to it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And then it will be fine. It will be dry. So I think I'm just going to concentrate on this corner, because this is the bit I want to show you. So what I'm going to do now is take my water brush.
So even though it's dried, you can still do this technique?
Yes, because it's a sealed surface and because it's a distress oxide, they're water reactive.
Okay.
So I am lifting off the colour, and then I'm going to take away the wet area. And you can see, so it still has a hint of blue, but it's not as strong.
Yeah.
as the rest of the card. Remember to wipe your brush as well, because obviously you're picking up blue ink on your
you're
brush.
basically reverse painting.
Yes.
In theory.
Yeah, so instead of having to colour everything else blue, I colour everything blue and then just take off the few bits that I don't want blue.
So it looks like you're painting a lighter blue back on, but you're just picking up the darker blue hue and leaving sort of the residue that's sort of dried underneath and sort of absorbed in slightly.
Yeah, that's it. Well, if I didn't have to dry it, I could probably remove more colour.
I like this blue though, this subtle blue, because it sort of blends in really well.
Yeah, that's it. It's a nice soft blue, but then we're going to colour over the top. So let's finish this off. Does that?
So it's like a bit like decoupage, but without the fussy cutting.
Okay, so I would do that to several flowers, and then with a bit of picked raspberry, you can go in and add some colour.
Nice.
I did a evening class at college in photography, darkroom photography, you know, the old film, a long time ago. And what we used to do, some of the black and white photography, we would then colour it. And this always reminds me of that, because we would colour it, we had special pens to colour the images.
What, when you had to use all the water and stuff like that, like dip your film into, and then put your photos in that water, like you've seen like the films?
Chemicals. Yeah, not water, chemicals. Yes.
Oh, well, yeah, chemicals. I wouldn't have put it in water.
you rinse it after, but no. Yeah, we used to. I even had a darkroom at home.
Did you? I've seen an insight now. Well, come and sleep. No, let's not go there.
No.
It's too early in the day. Oh, I never realised that. So do you have them little washing lines that used to hang it, like Spider-Man does?
Yeah, that's it.
In the original movies, when he takes when Peter Parker takes the original photos.
Yeah.
With his camera on the web.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. But it's hard to. But you can't buy the chemicals anymore.
Oh, can't you?
No, too many rules.
Ah.
But then I went digital, so.
Now she's gone digital and just got a printer. And now she just uses the dark room just to sit in occasionally. Just sit and reflect of what's going on.
Yeah, sure. That's what I do. Okay, so I will clean that in a minute.
Just rocking. Oh, I've got to work with him again. Bring back Yanis. Even Derek will do.
I've never worked with Derek.
You're not missing much.
Okay.
I'm joking. He has the counter the same height as you, though. Always, it's always quite handy. He's in tomorrow, bless him. He's covering for me.
Okay, so we need, not my fingerprint, a
Where are we up to?
Sentiment. We're going to do a sentiment.
We've got these on the show as well. We'll
So
bring in the
let's have
details for the sentiments.
A best wishes. I've chosen the solid one to make it stand out, and I'm going to use...
I'm just going to let you know it's 23 minutes past, just so you know.
Kitsch Flamingo. It's a nice soft version.
Cram in 4 demos if we can.
I'm nearly done, don't panic.
No, I'm not. I just don't want you to. We're running out of time.
Okay. So, yep, that works.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, look at that. Stamped really well. I like these sort of different stamps for the sheer fact that you could now go in with your black micron pens and go around the edges of the best wishes, couldn't you? Just to make it full stand out if you wanted to.
Oh, listen to you.
I know. Check me.
Should I go home now? You know, let you get on with it.
I don't have a micron
but
pen.
These are sized for 1.5-inch punches, if anyone still has punches.
Oh, I've got punches.
And it gives you a nice little border around the edge.
What? All right, we've had a really good question in from Jules.
Yeah.
She says, the Eclipse masking tape.
Yes.
I've bought some of the masking tape rolled to stamp masks on, but I want to know which correct ink to use.
Any water-based, dye-based ink is fine, because you don't need the image. You're cutting it out.
She was thinking StazOn, but wanted to double check.
StazOn's not necessary.
Okay. So anything like your VersaFine?
Yeah, as I say, any water-based, your VersaFine, your archival, you're just a water-based black ink pad.
There you go.
All
So
you need.
your standard black ink pads would work beautifully. Your VersaFine, your VersaClear, them ones.
Yeah, because it's not important, the image. It's just the outline that you need.
You just want a quick drying ink.
Yeah, quick drying. Stays on is not always the easiest to work with.
I'd say VersaFine, what you'd use for watercolouring and things like that, would be quickest.
VersaFine, yeah, is Memento, any of those. So, here is one I prepared a couple of days ago.
Look at that.
So you can see I lightened another tulip and then the centre of a couple of the pansies. And then I also stamped it on a piece of white card. So you've got the full image that overflows
like a big jigsaw.
from the tiles.
You could create a jigsaw.
Yes, you could. Well, especially if you've got a die cutting machine, you can program in a jigsaw and it will stamp it and cut it out.
Pull the blocks out.
Well, yeah, you can do it with the
and
inches.
Post them individually and send one a month. If their birthday's in December, send them 11 blocks over the course of the year, and they've got their card by December. You make your own card.
Perfect.
I love this idea. We are very, very busy. While Sarah sets up for another demonstration, let me give you a quick recap on the actual stamps themselves. All brand new today. It's the flower collection down in the garden. I'm loving this. You've got the Poppy Mosaic that we're looking at first of all. Nice size stamp you can do so much with. Let me just show you some of the samples that I've got here in front of me, just to give you an idea of what you can achieve of when you get these home. £11.99. Your stamp is this size just here. Nice size stamp as well, sort of nice tile size, and 9 by 9 is what you're looking at for £11.99. 641915 is your item number. Who was that email from? Jules, thank you for your email, Jules. It means a lot. Then moving on, we've now got your hummingbird and your harebell that we've got there. You're in your harebell that we've got. Love this. You can, once again, so much that you can do when you get it home. I do genuinely adore this hummingbird, and it does look so free, doesn't it? There's so like hand drawn, that sort of look that you've got to it. You can do so much with all of these cards that you've got there, and remember, it's all from the same set of stamps. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 just as samples, but then you can go even further by using your different colours, using your cardstocks, using your different your papers that you've got at home as well. £10.99. 235870 is your item number. From then on in, we've then got your big one, like this one a lot. Love this card using switches that you've got there. Literally just stamped out and slightly moving apart, so you've got that little grout black line. This has been the busiest by far so far. £10.99 is what you're looking at. 770017 is your item number. Some of your cards that you can make, you can start decoupaging. The way I say it. You've got that decoupage element that you've got in there. Start building them all up. These are absolutely stunning, stunning cards. You can go, remember, look at the different styles that you've got in there as well. Look at that. Oh, I love the glitter that you've got running through. Then last but no means least, you've got the beautiful, they're lovely to colour. Lovely, lovely, lovely just to sit and colour. If you do nothing else, even if you're not a card maker, pop them in the corner of a journal. Pop them in the corner of a photo album, maybe a little memory book that you've got going on. 770017 is your item number. £10.99, brand new today. From there, I think it's one of my favourites that we are looking at now. I love this one. We've just seen this in the last demo. This is Spring Flowers that we're looking at. Good size stamp as well. Let me show you the size of the stamp. It's a good old size stamp that you were looking in there for the sheer fact you can do so much with. Just use little bits, use all of it, use certain flowers, stamp it out, then cut into it if you so wish. Once again, for £14.99, I think it's well worth having a little look at these sorts of stamps. 0248, I'll start that again. 024086 is your item number. Then we've got your snappy tray and your anti-static bag. Very busy for the snappy tray. It is a beautiful little bundle. So you bend it one way, then you bend it back so it lies flat. So this is now, wherever you go, you can see what you can do with it. Some people are even decorating cakes in it. Is it food safe?
Must be.
So you've got... You've got, I think it's like pretend food cake that you've got there with your hundreds and thousands. Sorting out your nuts and bolts. Also putting your glitters onto your cards as well, because you've got this funnel. So once this is bended in, you've got that beautiful, you've got this funnel that works time and time again with the little snap fasteners that you've got there. So you know everything's going to be pulling away beautifully. Absolutely love it. Then you've got your anti-static bag. Give it an anti-static. Obviously, take it out of the bag. But give it an anti-static and nothing's going to stick on there either. You are in for a treat. And look at the price. £10.99. Worth having a little look at that. 996219 is your item number. Let's go back over live to Crafty Corner. Yep, she's still here. It's our Sarah.
And still live. Okay, so coloured this card with yellow and orange ink, and I'm going to stamp the Poppy Mosaic in black. Nice and simple. You don't need to overcomplicate this one because it does all the work for you.
Okay.
Let's make sure it's all there. We could do one more, I think, just to make sure we get nice, solid. Yes, that's lovely.
Nice. Look at that.
Okay, now cleaning your stamps.
Oh,
this is a VersaFine Clair, which is a water-based, so you can clean it with a wet cloth and a wet tissue. Now, we also have cleaners. So this, the cleaner and conditioner is for your water-based, your regular inks, and it helps maintain the life of your rubber. Because it conditions the rubber as well as taking off the ink. So that was a water-based ink, so I only need this one. If you use a permanent ink, like your StazOn or fabric inks and things, we have the fabric and permanent ink remover, which won't harm my rubber if I use it on a different ink, but isn't as necessary. Okay. And it does smell a bit more.
Okay, so use a well-ventilated room, and their end of cool is what you're looking at for those. So just as you go about to check out, you will find them just there. So it's worth having a little look at those as well if I was you. Also some cling-mounted stamps on there as well, and another anti-static bag if you want to pop one into your basket.
Yeah, I put it onto the paper towel so that I don't get the ink from the stamp all over it. You can also put it, if you've got a cleaning mat, you can just rub it onto the cleaning mat, or put it onto the stamp and rub the stamp on the cleaning mat. All options work. Right, so I have one on the orange, and I also have one on white. And then to speed up the process, I've already cut this one into 3 sections. So I've cut it in half, and then cut one of the halves in half again.
Okay.
And then I've punched out my 1.5 punch
yeah.
out of there. Are you with me?
I'm with you so far.
Cool. Right. So I'm then going to layer.
It's like a test, and they always do this to me. If I follow, I think they think everyone else can follow.
Well, that's usually the rule of thumb, isn't it?
Adam, do you follow? Yes, I follow. Everybody else will be following me.
So we've already got some layers on here. That is going to
nice.
pop on there. So it's just one stamp, one black ink pad, and some coloured card to make a very effective finished sample. So that's going to go on there. That's going to pop on the top. Then I'm going to take...
It's these sort of cards where the stamp does all the work, doesn't it? Like the stamp has done all the work, and all you're doing really is matting and layering. Like the stamp has done everything for you.
So you can line it up if you want to. I'm not sure. There. I think that lines up there. But just to add a little bit of something, I'm going to use... I use the snappy tray because it's bigger. Bit of diamond glaze and some tiny glass beads.
Oh.
So let's...
We've got the diamond glaze on the show as well.
So it's a dimensional adhesive. As I said before, you just squeeze it where you want it. But it is an adhesive, so it does get clogged up. Where's my pin?
So this is what you're getting. So you're also getting 3 nozzles as well with the little nozzle pins that's in there for £9.99.
If you use the metal nozzles, make sure you wash them out afterwards, because it is a very strong adhesive. So keep a little bowl of water nearby and just drop them in it. So just pour on the beads. We're going to leave that just for a second. So because it's dimensional, they're going to stay nice and raised.
Okay.
And it just gives focus. So don't squish them in, because then you'll flatten it.
And you haven't got to worry about making a mess or anything like that, because it's all in the tray. Look, nothing's come out of that tray yet.
So, and then they're stuck on there, and it'll just need a couple of minutes to dry.
Oh, that's nice. Look, you can see the difference.
I mean, you could just use the diamond glaze and leave it to dry, and it will be a clear glaze. Does it dry
crystal clear? Or does
yes.
It dry, yeah.
Clear. Yep. So then I can pour these back in my pot.
There's the snappy tray in action. That's the shot we were waiting for. Now we understand what you can do. £10.99. Look, no mess. There's not a single bead anywhere.
Those beads can get everywhere.
Well.
They are tiny and they just roll away.
I like that finished card though. Can you just show that to what are we on? 1.
1, 3.
Look at that. So you can see the dimension on that as well, which is absolutely stunning. We've got all the stuff that I've got on the show as well. Check out the website and jump online if I was you. I've got all the stamps as well that you need to know. We are very, very busy for the stamps. I reckon we're talking under 50 quid for the whole counter here. Once again, if you want to have a little go, you could have every single stamp in this collection for under £50. Only goes where your budget will go to. 996219 is your item number for your anti-static bag and your snappy tray. And if you remember, if you're going over that £60 mark, you can jump onto Flexi. Do you want to know what Flexi is? Here's our Catherine to tell us more.
What is Flexi Order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi Order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments. So you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping basket, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with the craft store easier.
£59.95 for my entire counter. That's for every single stamp and the snappy tray and your anti-static bag as well, which means you only need 5 more p. 5 more p. Become a Freedom member. Get the diamond. Oh, even throw in the diamond glaze. That will take you over that £60 mark, and you'll have everything that you've got on the counter, including the snappy tray, the anti-stick bag, and you'll have the diamond glaze with 3 extra nozzles as well, for just over £60. You cannot go wrong. That'll be £30 a day and £30 in a month's time. We are very, very busy across the board. I'm going to give you a quick recap really, really quick, and then we're going to go for another demo. Your poppies that we looked at, the Poppy Mosaic that we just saw being used. Quick and simple code, 40% of the stock has already gone here. £11.99. 641915 is your item number. Nice little stamp, can do so much with. We've just seen it in action. From there, are we using the hummingbird next? We are using the hummingbird next. So this is the next one you're about to see, and also the harebell as well that you've got in there. £10.99. 235870 is your item number for this one. Brand new today for the hummingbird and harebell that we're looking at. Nice little stamp. That is our next demonstration. From there, we move on to the bigger stamps that you got here. This is the full bloom, and 50% of the stock has already gone for your full bloom. £10.99. 770017 is your item number. And then last but no means least, in our stamp collection, the biggest of them all, the background stamps that we're talking here. These can be focal points, they could be backgrounds if you wanted to. I can just imagine them in like the watermark that you have from your Versamark that you've got there. Just put it in the watermark, picking out some of the flowers, so you've still got that subtleness that you've got to it. £14.99, 0248. Why can't I get this number? 024086 is your item number at £14.99. And then last but no means last, we've got the snappy trays as well. You get your snappy trays and you're also getting your anti-static bag included. We've seen it in action. There's no beads went all over the floor. There was nothing anywhere. It's not like walking on an ice rink, because you know everything is keeping in your tray and you simply pour it back. Right, and Sarah, I'm coming back to you. What are you up to?
I have started. I've masked a shape on my card. It's kind of rectangle-ish, just by tearing my Eclipse masking tape.
Okay.
And I'm inking inside of it to create a panel to stamp on. So I'm using peeled paint and seedless preserves. So just sponging this on, because I don't want to colour the whole card.
Oh.
I just want a little section.
So the Eclipse masking tape, is it just tacky on one side? Is it like a
Yes.
double-sided tape?
No,
or?
no, it's a delicately sticky paper.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how they describe it. Yes, delicately sticky. So it is a paper, so it's easy to stamp on, it's easy to cut, and it's thin. Being thin is very important, because if it was too thick, when you stamp over it, you'd end up with shadows and things. Kind of ghosting, because it would have too much depth to it. So...
And it's a big old roll as well, isn't it, that you get in?
It is a big old roll, and you can reuse these pieces. I can keep them, and I can do more cards like this, or I could stamp little stamps and cut them out. You don't have to just throw it away after one use. And if you create a mask of your stamps, keep the masks and use them until they stop working, until they fall apart. Now, I'm going to stamp on the top of this with... This is the mini background French script, which is on the website.
Okay.
And I'm just going to fill... I can't be bothered to put it in the press, because it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. We're just going to stick it on there and then lift it off.
Oh, that's nice.
Right. Then I can lift off my Eclipse.
It comes off really easily.
See, yep. As I said, delicately sticky, so as not to tear your paper. So there you've got a nice little panel that you can stamp on. So I have one that's already dry, because it needs to be completely dry, because I'm going to emboss on it. So here's one I prepared earlier. And I need my anti-static bag, because I'm going to emboss. So I just tap it all over. And then
why do we keep
our
anti-static bag in like a little Tupperware pot? Why
because all the loose powder that comes out can go back in the pot and we can reuse it.
Oh, okay, so it's worth, once you take it out of its
Yes.
packaging, it's worth keeping it in like a little Tupperware pot, a
Yes.
sealable pot.
Yes, or a little bag. Yeah, just so that you can, so all the bits that escape over time, you can keep using them.
Okay, good to know.
Right, so we need the hummingbird and the harebell. And we're going to pop that in.
Now you've cut
here.
your stamps we see here. Would you suggest to cut them, or would you
I
say
would-
leave them as a panel?
No, I would highly recommend trimming them down as close as you dare to the design. Obviously, don't touch the design, but yeah, as close as you can. So that way you won't over ink them. You won't end up with ink in places you don't want it.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of where I want to go. Also, you can see where you're positioning, if you can see the detail of the shape. Now I need black powder, my tray, to tidy up. Let's get rid of all that. And clearing pad. That's what I need, clearing pad. So I'm going to ink up. And I will do this a couple of times, because it's hard to see. But if you're using black embossing powder, and our black is a detail black, so it's very fine, I would definitely recommend the anti-static on the card, because otherwise you can end up with teeny tiny flecks of black.
Oh, okay.
And once you've melted it, you can't get it off. So.
I remember you can get the black embossing powder and the white embossing powder as well with the teeny tiny tray bundle. You get 3 of the trays, the black and the white embossing powder as well.
I think, can't really see, but I think that's probably good. So I'll go back in the snappy tray because of the size of the card.
You don't really realise the size of the snappy tray either till you put a card in like that size that you've got there. And look at the detail you've got in that.
Yeah, it's because it's a detail powder, and you can see it rolling off the rest of the card. But it's such a fine powder. I mean, if you've got a little paintbrush, you can go around if there's any extra bits from mucky fingers. Okay. So we can emboss this.
That's when the magic happens.
And then what I will do is I will use the same colour ink pad to colour in the hummingbird.
Oh.
You know me, everything has to tone and match.
But this is what I love. Like if you were on a budget or you've not got many colours. Sometimes you think, oh, all these crafters, they've got thousands of colours and they've got this, that and the other. You don't need them with these sorts of stamps because you can do so much with 2 or 3 colours, can't you?
Definitely you can. And also it makes it a lot quicker because you don't have to make too many decisions. You just sit down with a couple of ink pads that you want to use and just use those.
Because this card would also look different if you did the pink and the green the opposite way around.
Yes.
Even though it's exactly the same colourways. And even so that's what's that. So that's 1 card this way, 2 cards if you turn it around. Then if you go in from top to bottom, bottom to top, that's 4 cards already with the same 2 colours. But it would look totally different.
It would, yes. It would look completely different. Let's pop the powder away before I knock it over.
There we go. Look, there's the money shot just there. Keep tapping.
Right, that's all in.
That is shot of the year.
Okay, so I have, oh, I need to colour that, don't I? With the ink pads I moved away. Let's see.
I can't believe we've only got 10 minutes left. Where's this hour gone?
See, I've already stamped from the clear words and embossed in white onto black to go with that. So then I just need a little bit of...
This would make a lovely journal cover.
Just hummingbirds are just so pretty, aren't they?
You're going straight in with the water brush on the ink pad.
I'm going on the side.
Oh, okay.
I'm going on the side of the ink pad because I'm being lazy. But you can also paint over the embossing and it will fill in the details. Otherwise, I'd put them on the sheet and clean them up again, and I just cleaned them up. So. And if so I'm not really going to squeeze in another demo, but...
Oh,
have I got time for another one?
Of course you have.
Okay.
We've got 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yay. Right, so when that's mounted up onto a card...
Otherwise it's only me talking for 10 minutes.
It could look like that.
Oh,
see, I've got a different version. There's a dark one, and there's a
light
lighter one.
You see? So
that's
another,
colour.
with the same 2 colourways, that's still a totally different card that you've got there. Right, let me give you a quick recap of what we're looking at the moment, and then we'll go back for another demonstration. The details on the screen at the moment are for the embossing folder, the empty static bag, and so your embossing folder, this is where you put your powders, where you put your glitters, so you all simply... can tip it straight in as well. Worth having a little look. The details were on the screen. Oh, they're back on the screen. £14, and that's for the tiny trays that you're looking at there now. Because if you don't want the big one, you've got the tiny trays with the embossing folder as well, with the embossing powder, should I say. Or you can have your anti-static bag and your snappy tray for £10.99. Worth having a little look. 996219 is your item number. Then my favourite of the show. Love this one, absolutely love it. This is your larger tulips that we're looking at here. This is your Spring Flowers background cling mounted rubber stamp for £14.99. 024086 is your item number for this one. We're going to keep these pacey because I'm going to fit in that demo as well. Just up next, you've got the full bloom that you've got here. Floral bloom, nice big bloom stamp that you've got for £10.99. 770017 is your item number for this one. £10.99 once again. Moving on down, We're then talking about your hummingbird and harebell that we've got here. This is the one we just used in the demonstration. £10.99, 235870 is your item number for this one. Like this one as well. I think it's a delicacy about this. There's so much you could do, I feel, with this. Last but no means least, we have the Poppy Mosaic that we're looking at now. I'll bring the details up on the screen for your Poppy Mosaic. The details are £11.99, 641915 is your item number for this one. Right then, let's go back. We have got 7 minutes.
Loads of time. Okay, so I've got some inches and I've just pulled them apart and I'm just snipping off the little tabby bits that hold them together. You could use sandpaper or a sanding block if you want to, but I just scissors because these are going to be placed individually and not together. So we don't want the little.
You have a favourite stamp?
In this show? Ooh.
Well, yeah, not just in general. we could be here some time.
We could. I think the Poppy Mosaic. I don't know.
Oh, you got this one?
Well, it's been around a long time as a wood-mounted stamp. And because we've only just been able to do it unmounted, I'm back to using it again. Didn't use it for a few years.
I suppose, and that is the bonus of using the mounted stamp. Like, wooden blocks are beautiful. They're beautiful, beautiful stamps, but you can't really see what you're doing with them.
Well, no. But if you're only stamping it once. But then we did have things called stamp positioners in the olden days.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that's before my time.
Yeah, before your time.
Was it you in Florence?
Yeah, sure.
Nightingale. Yeah, thought so.
Yeah, yeah. Before platforms, before stamp presses.
Oh.
We just had acrylic blocks.
Crafting by candlelight.
Almost.
Almost.
Not quite.
Gee.
We had to get up to change channel on the TV.
Oh, that's a long time ago. And you only had 2 channels. Let me guess.
No, we had 3, and then 4.
Then 4
I remember
came
4 and I remember 5.
Wow. Now look at us.
Yeah.
Spoilt for choice.
I know. Okay, so trusty black VersaFine.
The best question from our director of all time. She's like, question, when did the remote come out? Like we're all meant to know this. Like.
Well, I think our first one was wired to the TV.
They used to be wired on because you couldn't really go that far with it, could you?
No.
You couldn't.
But then you couldn't lose it either.
1950 for the first remote.
Really? We had one of the first cordless telephones in our street. Woo.
Oh.
My parents, not me. I'm not that old.
I was going to say.
Okay, so I want to highlight some areas with the inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink the stamp and then place the twinchy where I want it. And then push down. And lift off. So we have that one that fits there. And let's have a bit of pansy. So that's going to go there. Push down. Oop, lift off. That one. And then one of the, oh, that one there in the middle. So let's push down. Okay. So that's that one there.
Oh,
Right.
I like
So,
that.
Now need to dry and colour, which I can do as slow or as fast as necessary.
Well, we've got 3 minutes, so fast, please.
Okay. So I would dry the tiles for a little while, and then to make the tiles stand out, I would use pens,
Okay.
like the brushables or what I've got here, but then I watercolour the background just to make it a little bit softer.
Two-tone, and
Yeah.
you've got the vibrancy from the tiles, but you've got the subtlety from the background.
Yes, that's it.
Lovely.
So these are going to be a little bit wet, so they might smudge because I haven't dried it long enough. But
We're going to multitask now. When are you next back?
I am back for a special event at the end of this month on the 24th of June.
Special event?
It's a special event.
What event?
Family favourites.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm glad you know more than I'm glad you know before we do.
Well, I'm in it. So
I'm presenting it and I still don't know about it.
I had an email the other day. Are you still blonde?
Oh, so they still... Oh, OK, there you go. There's an event on its way, people. End of the month, family favourites are back.
I am known for changing the colour of my hair, as you
I
may
just do
remember.
it just to mess with them.
I don't think it makes... Right, so watercoloured.
OK, so back at the end of the month, OK.
And coloured tiles. I've also added some little of the Zig glittery pens.
Oh, yeah.
Just so there's a very subtle bit
Glitter.
of sparkle. I don't know if you...
Here we go. We're coming in close. You stay where you are. We'll come to you.
Can you see
There
it?
we go. Oh, look at that.
And can you see I've edged it with gold?
Oh,
Just to give it a
nice.
little extra pop. Right, so I'm going to stick this on.
OK.
Just double-sided tape is all you need because they're very lightweight. Line that up on there. And a little poppy in the middle. I don't know what that top flower is, but there. And a bit of pansy. Sounds like someone's got the kettle on.
I like this technique. I never would have thought about doing this technique before.
So there we go. So that just gives it a little extra depth. I mean, you could add a bit of diamond glaze onto that, so you can see the tiles.
I think that works really, really well. Floral Bloom cling mounted rubber stamps, £10.99 is what you're looking at. 770017 is your item number. We've only got a minute left. Where is this hour gone? Start checking out your baskets if I was you as well, for the sheer fact I don't want you to miss out on any of the deals that we've got at the moment. Cracking little price as well. Cracking little price. Everything, jump to the website. You can watch this show again for all the little hints and tips and all the demonstrations for the next 60 days on Rewind is when we can watch it for. But for you, get everything you need. I love that little snappy tray. Now I've seen it in action, it makes so much sense as well. We will see you on the 24th.
Yes.
By
Are
the
you
sounds
in?
of it. I don't know. I didn't even know there was an event, to be honest. No doubt we
Maybe
will be.
it's a secret.
Maybe
I just
I'm not.
spilled the beans.
Maybe they didn't want to tell me because maybe I'm not here. Don't you go anywhere. There's so much more to shop for here on the wonderful world of the craft store. Derek's popping in tomorrow morning to cover for myself. I will see you bright and breezy on Wednesday morning now, so don't you go anywhere. Start checking out those baskets for these cracking little deals.